Alright, hello once again. This is Jeff Scott from Jeff Teaches Programming, and I guess, for lack of better words, the time has come to start adding the code to our forms. So let's do it in order. So here's our create person. We've already got this. Alright, and we do need the button as well for our save. So that'll be right here. All right, so let's create a new routine, and we'll just call it save person. We're going to get an error because that hasn't been created yet, but we'll put it right here. So private void save person. Okay, and our error's gone. So fix that. Okay, we're getting errors here. Not errors, but we don't have enough using statements in here. So we need our systems, Windows forms, but I don't think we need any of these. So let's add what we do need. So using person app.data, using person app.models, and using person app.validation. All right, that should help. So now I should be able to come in here and say person equals new person. Now I can come in here and start filling it up, for lack of better words. First name equals row.cells 0.value. Let's account for nulls. That's the question mark. Dot. Oh my goodness. To string, and we're going to just copy this because it's pretty much going to be the same for all of them. Okay, so we'll make our changes now. Last name, address, city, state and zip, I guess it's zip code, okay, we need a semicolon after this. Of course, that's gonna, and I know I'm just real quirky about this kind of stuff, but I like it to look like it's at least somewhat. Okay. All right. That's going to do the validation. And again, because I'm a little quirky about this stuff, I'm going to put these each on their own line. Okay. Of course, I'm missing something here, so this should just be the word repo, which is not taking, so. Yeah, it's going to give me an error, but we'll have to fix that in just a moment. That's not an error. That's like something here. Oh, because there's no dot there. Here we go. All right. And that is everything, but I gotta. Why am I getting the error with a repo? Let me investigate this. Be right back. All right, after investigating this, it's trying to warn me that there is a possible null reference. So if I put that there and I say otherwise make it string.empty, I'll be okay. Now the reason I'm getting this error, which is foolish on my part, is I'm never declaring that any place. So at the beginning here, I'm going to say private read-only repository repo equals new person repository. Now that should fix that error. Well, it did not. It said person repository does not contain a definition for add. Well, and that, so we got to go look and see what we called it. That's just a problem of whatever we called it. So let's see, data, person repository. We've got a get all persons. We've got an add person. So that's what I guess it's got to be called. And probably I'm going to make other mistakes as we go along here. So that should be everything. Now we're able to add a new person. So we come in here, we create a new person repository, we call repo, you can call whatever you want. All right. Then in our startup, we just basically go back to the startup form. And in our save, we're calling save person, which is basically going to, this is the row, and this is filling up the row. Then we're validating to make sure that everything is indeed valid. If there are any errors, it's going to give us that message box. All right, if there are not any errors, just going to add the person and tell us that it was successfully added. All right, that should be everything for our create. So I'm going to remove that, and I'm going to remove that. And the next one would be our read all persons. All right. And just like we just did, because I want to make sure I'm doing it correctly, let's first start by coming in here and adding this near the beginning. Update. There we go. So there we go. Put that there. All right. It's got to be down lower. That's the problem here. Right there. There we go. So we've got that now. Again, we've got our startup. So we will need to add our save. Again, we'll call this isn't really called save person, but how about show all people? Could have called it show all persons, but so private void show all people. All right, let's put that one in. That'll get everybody. And now we have to show them. I guess we call this read. Come on. Give me that. There we go. Add. And that should be everything we need for that. Now it looks like we might be missing a curly brace here for show all people. There we go. So what are we doing here? All right, we're calling show all people. We're creating a new repository. And then we're telling it to cycle through. And for each record that we have in here, show us that record. Show us the first name, the ID, the first name, the last name, the address, the city, the state, and the zip. Good news is, I don't believe I have any errors in here so far. That's always good to know. We're going to copy this line. Now I should be able to close the read all persons and the create person. All right, next we've got update. All right. So again, we'll come in here and we will immediately add that line. All right. And we've got this. So we need to put in. So this will be called update person. We're getting an error because we have not written that yet. All right, so let's write this one right now. This will be our update. Again, we notice we've got a lot of stuff in here we probably don't need. rid of that. Should probably do it for the create as well if I've got anything in there for the create that I don't need. Nope, I've got everything I need. In fact, I think what I'm going to do is copy all this. So that's in create. And for read all persons, got that, got that. Let's put in all that. Even if we don't need it, that's fine. So, file, save all here, which is our read. Now we're on our update. Again, we'll just grab everything, paste it in there. Good. And I guess while we're at it, we might as well do that for the delete as well. So we just am sure we've got it in here. There. All right. Let's get rid of this startup. We got delete and update. All right. So this is our update. So in here, I'm going to say if DGV update dot selected rows dot count equals 0. Selected, not selection. All right, that means that we didn't select anything. So we'll do a message box dot show that says you must select a record to update. And we'll put a message in here that says no person selected to update. And we'll put an OK in there. And technically it is an error, so we will leave it in there as an error. And we can just return. Okay, because we're done. Now that's only if we didn't select anybody. So if we get down to here, we did select somebody. Okay. All right. So let's finish this one up. Now we have to cycle our way through here. Whoa, didn't like that, did it? Start that over. Don't know why I'm getting that. Yes, I do. I need to say person equals new person. Then inside of curly braces here, person ID is equal to, gotta make sure it's an int, because we defined it as being an int. We might be getting the same warning we had before. So let's put in here question mark, string dot empty. That looks like it got rid of that warning that we had. So, all right. We'll fix all these in just a second. Okay, so this will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whoops, and 6. Now we just need to fix the names. So last name address, city, state, and zip code. All right. Then, just like we did before, all right, just to show you, I'm going to go back to our create. And we're going to do the same exact thing, except instead of saying that the person was added to the database, we're going to say that they were updated. And I was thinking, let's see, where is that create? If we had an error here, we don't want to try to add them. We should be returning right there. Yeah. All right, so let's get rid of this create and this create. Go back to our update here. Validate. It's not add person, it's update person. And again, if there were any errors and we did that, we want to return person successfully updated to database. Successful update. When we get done, we also want to reload this. Which I think is going to be a call to, well, let's leave it off. But we'll put in here call to reload database to show updated record. Okay. Which means basically we want to come in here we'd want to call show all people, but that's private. Have to think about that for a bit. So the update is done. What's left is the delete. All right. And we'll call delete person. Fix this. Fixes that. All right. Again, just like before, we have to select somebody to delete. So like we did here before, in fact, let's bring up the update. So I don't know if we added that line yet. Does not look as though we did. All right. Just like before. Might get an error here. Yeah, it's the wrong name. Okay. And again, we return. Okay, so if we got down here, we did select a record. This will make a warning. Like that. So we're basically asking them, are you sure you wanted to do that? So if confirm not equal to yes, we'll just return. Otherwise, a repo dot delete person and we'll put in a message box dot show person deleted from database. We need just an OK. And that'll be not an error, but we'll fix that in a minute. We don't want that to be an error, just an information. And again, just like we did before, we'll want to reload the database to make sure everything is in it. You have to figure out how to do that. But we're at 29 minutes, so there's two more things I want to do. Number one, just like we had with the update, I put this in here. I want to put that in here. Show deleted record. So I want to do that. Plus, I haven't yet created the database, and that's kind of cool how we're going to do that. So the next lecture may not be very long, especially considering this one was way too long. Hopefully I'll be back with that shortly.